In 1941, the Philippines was a vibrant nation of 18 million people, rich in culture and united under American colonial rule. Manila, Asia's Pearl of the Orient, boasted modern infrastructure and thriving arts. This peace would shatter on December 8th when Japanese bombers appeared over Clark Field, marking the start of an occupation that would claim over 500,000 Filipino lives. Japanese forces under General Halma landed in Lingayen Gulf on December 22, 1941, overcoming U.S. Filipino defenses. Within weeks, soldiers implemented 3-alls policy: kill all, burn all, loot all. Witnesses reported troops bayoneting infants in Bacolod and herding 300 civilians into St. Paul's College Chapel before setting it ablaze, establishing patterns of terror that would define the occupation. After the fall of Bataan in April 1942, 75,000 starved U.S. Filipino POWs were forced on a 65-mile march under tropical heat. Japanese guards beat stragglers with rifle butts, buried prisoners alive, and denied water. Over 10,000 perished. This systematic cruelty, later judged as a war crime, revealed the occupation's deliberate dehumanization of Filipinos. In February 1945, as U.S. forces approached, Japanese troops enacted the Manila Massacre. Over 100,000 civilians were slaughtered, families burned alive in locked buildings at St. Paul's Convent, patients bayoneted at Philippine General Hospital, and women raped before execution at German Club. The city's destruction surpassed Warsaw's, with only 5% of buildings surviving intact. Across 85 documented sites, Japanese forces enslaved 1,000+ Filipino women as comfort women. Girls as young as 12 were kidnapped from villages like Mapanik, forced into sexual servitude, and beaten for resisting. Many died from infections or suicide, their suffering systematically erased from Japanese records, a crime still denied by Tokyo today. Filipino resistance fighters like Hukbalahap guerrillas waged asymmetric warfare from Luzon's jungles. Operating radio networks and ambush tactics, they saved 1,400 U.S. airmen and sabotaged Japanese supply lines. Their most audacious act, rescuing POWs from Los Baños camp in 1945, proved Filipino courage could outmatch imperial brutality. When MacArthur returned in October 1944, the Battle of Manila became the Pacific War's deadliest urban combat. Japanese forces used civilians as human shields. Over 100 died when they detonated the Manila Hotel with families inside. By March 1945, the city was liberated but unrecognizable. 80% of buildings destroyed, corpses rotting in the ruins. Post-war studies revealed 89% of survivors suffered PTSD. The Death March generation passed trauma through families, nightmares, alcoholism, and silence. At Baclaran Church, mothers still light candles for children disappeared in 1944. This invisible damage, scholars argue, shaped modern Filipino social anxieties and family structures in ways still felt today. While Japan's textbooks minimize war crimes, Filipino memorials like the Shrine of Valor on Mount Samat keep memory alive. In 2017, activists buried 100 comfort women statues along Way-2 routes. This clash of remembrance versus denial continues, as aging survivors fight for apologies before their voices fade into history. The occupation's legacy raises uncomfortable parallels to modern conflicts. From Myanmar to Ukraine, we see similar patterns of dehumanization preceding atrocities. The Philippines' experience teaches that historical amnesia enables repetition. As the last survivors pass, their testimony becomes both warning and obligation, for when we forget brutality, we risk becoming its next agents.